Good morning. Hello. How are you?
Fantastic. And what are we going to talk about today?
Well, this is a really interesting one. We just heard that Mom Donnie, who is a declared socialist, Democrat socialist, has met with Donald Trump, who is a declared MAGA Republican. Now, this raises a lot of questions about friendship. They like each other as guys, and they meet often with each other. Mom Donnie is trying to figure out how to increase housing, affordable housing in New York. Donald Trump loves New York and loves this country, and he will try to help him as much as possible. Now, this raises a question about all our friendships. When somebody is on this side and I'm on that side, I tend to walk in my direction, they walk in their direction, and I don't meet with them. Of course, I'm not the president of the United States, but I don't meet with them. And I don't say, how can we work together? But this is a model that all of us should take in and study because without this, there's no hope for peace and getting along. There's just no hope. But with this ability to put our differences, our different philosophies behind us, this is unbelievable that they are meeting, they are talking, and they are not doing what is traditional for people to go their separate ways and not talk. It's unusual. We've never seen this before. Every time Trump says something about, oh, China is this and China is that, Xi is a really smart man or something, then somebody says something like, why is he cozying up to China? But the reality is that he is talking about things with the quote enemy that can be ironed out. Now, there's one problem with all of this because I've been giving this a lot of thought. There's one problem, and that is there is a sector of the population that we have here in the United States that only wants to rumble. What they love discord. They love the noise that this causes, and they want to see people warring all the time. So this gets us into the question, what do you want? And what are you willing to do to get it? If you want peace, and President Trump wants peace, if you want peace, you're going to have to put to bed your grievances, your anger, your hostility toward the other side, and look beyond that to find real ways that you can get along with each other. I don't know how many of us in this world, and I'm not even limiting it to the country, how many of us in this world are willing to do that? Now, I remember when Trump was talking to Erica Kirk, and she said, well, I forgive the person who murdered my husband. Trump even said, I don't know if I would be so forgiving. I don't know how not to hate my enemies. I don't, the people who try to kill me, people who try to hurt me. How can I forgive? And there's something about forgiveness that is essential to this coming together. Maybe Donald Trump learned something from Erica. Maybe the world needs to hear this from Donald Trump and Zoe Mamdani. Maybe we have to see a structure where people don't agree in philosophy, but can communicate anyway on common ground. Maybe that's an answer. And I think this is very substantial information for all of us to take wherever we go, wherever we're raising fisticuffs to try to offend other people because other people have hurt us. There is, I think, this is extremely important for everybody. But one caveat is that you first have to put to bed all that negativity and not think about, well, I want to keep anger going. I want to keep rebel rousing. I want to keep all this hostility going. No. Instead, you have to put that aside. How many of us are big enough to do that? And that's my question for everybody today.
See, the thing is, he does meet with everybody. If we could do that, separate our differences. You don't agree with what President Trump's doing? Sit down with him, talk with him. He might
Yeah.
change his mind. He runs the
Or you
country
might
like a
change yours.
business.
You
Or
might
he's
change
gonna it's gonna help him change that mind. He
That's
probably
right.
gave ideas of New York City being there for New York all the time. The problem is we're gonna bash. We want to have polar opposites,
Why?
and
Why?
don't get it, and that's
Okay,
the
so
problem.
so so let me ask everybody out there, what's in it for you to keep anger going? And when you find out, you let me know because there is nothing in it for you to keep that hostility going. This is really major. Every single person who's in a nasty situation with somebody, it could be ex-wives, it could be ex-business partners, it could be somebody. What's in it for you to keep that burbling? Nothing. I'll tell you, except anger, hostility, illness, stuffing your anger in, getting fat, or acting your anger out and causing havoc. Any of those things and all of those things are no good for you. So before you go off the rails trying to stir the pot again and again and again, give it up and ask yourself with them, what's in it for me to keep this negativity going? As opposed to, let's see what can happen. Like in this example, let's see what can happen in New York City that we all thought is going down the dumps. Maybe it won't if the president is somehow influencing more positive outcomes. We can all learn from each other rather than all this hostility and fighting. So I am all for, again, Sun Tzu. I am all for talking to the enemy, talking to who you deemed the enemy, talking to find out why they feel as they do and what you can do to change that.
All right, drgilda.com. Check it out. And I mean, I think you just really are right, spot on this. And this is it. It's not going to work unless you negotiate. And a great leader negotiates with anyone. Their enemy, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's about both parties winning than someone just being angry. So,
That's right. And what I think President Donald Trump is giving us a lesson, almost like a textbook, in how to make love rather than make war. The old saying that we grew up with, um, how to be more loving and how to really negotiate.
mhm.
It's not, I demand this and I want that. It's how to really negotiate anything you want in life. And you know what? You can succeed with everything if you just have the right tools. So take a lesson, everybody.
All right. That was the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show on the Gilda Graham